Hello, everyone, and welcome to STENO 24/7. I am so glad to see you all here, and I thank you so much for watching the videos. And lately, I've been going on a little rant about you guys, not commenting, not, getting engaged with the videos, not saying, oh, I like them, no, I don't like them. And it's not something that I want to beat you over the head with. That is not my desire. For here at Steno 24/7, we give freely these court reporting dictations, but a little engagement would be so helpful. A little thumbs up, a little thumbs down, a little comment in the section. I don't care. It can be about your poodle. It can be about your brand new bikini. It can be about whatever you desire. But I would like more engagement with you. So if you don't mind, please help me out because it helps me on YouTube be found on YouTube the more we engage, or at least the more you engage with me, and it helps me reach more people to help. So please, will you please engage with me? And for those of you who have already heard this lecture, this speech, I apologize. But this is for the ones that I have not heard. And I give you so freely of myself. All I ask is that you give me a little something in return. Even if you watch this channel on this channel, my channel on someone else's channel or someone else's not network but website, still please, I need your support. Please come over here. Let's talk. Let's engage. Tell me which speed you're at. Let's just talk. Thank you so much. Now that you have helped me, if you have not hit the thumbs up button, you can do that now. Thank you so much. And we're going to get right into this dictation. This is, of course, you already know, State of Wisconsin versus Stephen Avery. Such an interesting case. And this is, let's see who's speaking. Mr. Strong is speaking. This is the defense attorney. Mr. Kratz has already done his opening. If you want to hear Mr. Attorney Kratz opening statement with this, it was very long. But if you want to hear the opening statement, it's wonderful. It is, you would find this on my channel under Stephen Avery. Dictations for Stephen Avery or whatever. You'll see it on my channel. It could be of or for Stephen Avery case. And click on that. Go to the playlist, click on that, and you'll find all the videos that I have done for this case. Now, we left off, like I said, with Attorney Kratz speaking. And remember, this is not, let me repeat, this is not for speed. You can use this for accuracy, but this is not for speed because I do not read this at any particular speed. So really, I just want you to concentrate on accuracy, not speed. And we left off on page 113, verse 11. So we're going to pick up on page 113, let's see, verse 12. 12, page 13, 12. I usually don't end off in the middle of, like it's in the middle of a sentence. So it must have been 19. So let me correct that. So we're going to start off on page 113, verse 20. All right. Ready? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He documented in 2002 what was sent to the state crime laboratory from that file. 2002 is the year that Teresa Halbach graduated from the University of Wisconsin at Green Bay and came home a short distance back here to Calumet County to start off a promising career. In 2003, nearly a year after the necessary DNA samples were sent, the Wisconsin State Crime Laboratory was able to establish that Stephen Avery did not rape and beat the woman on the Manitowoc Beach, as he had been saying all along. And because of the advance of science, the crime lab was able to do better than that. It was able to establish that Gregory Allen did. Now, unfortunately, in the time that passed, Mr. Allen had raped violently again because he had his liberty while that man did his time. But in the fall of 2003, as the weather was cooling, the state of Wisconsin at long last joined Stephen Avery in a motion to set aside his conviction, and an innocent man also went home. Home for Stephen Avery. Home is the salvage yard of which you have seen. Now, many glorious pictures from up high, from down low, from angles all over. The pictures are a good deal more glorious looking than the salvage yard itself. But this was home. It's the only home that would take him back after this time. Alan Avery, Stephen Avery's father, back there in the working shirt, just as you might expect. Alan Avery started that business nearly 40 years ago on the 40 acres that he scrimped to buy. He raised his son and a daughter, and they didn't wander far from the business. Chuck and Earl joined it. Bob works elsewhere, works a factory job. but lives on the property. And this is the sort of business where the family, as you saw, shares the perimeter of this property with the 14,000 rusting, decaying cars that are the refuse, the wreckage of other people's lives. This is not a glamorous business, but it is a necessary business. It is a good business. And yes, as you will learn, you have got to get your hands dirty if you are going to be in the salvage business. Not just dirty. You get your hands bloody because you are working with rusted, jagged, disassembling cars. And the dirt that grinds into your palms and that you find under your fingernails doesn't wash off at night. But this was his family's business. And this was home. And he rejoined his brothers, Chuck and Earl, and his father, Alan, his mother, Dolores, on the family's property and at the business. He became, again, one in the Avery clan, one man in the Avery clan, and tried to resume some normalcy of life, sharing the perimeter of that salvage yard, not in a pretty house in town on a nice stone foundation, but in a trailer home, down from his sister's trailer home. Both of them down from the double wide that Mom and Dad have, and Chuck's trailer toward the back, on the path toward the crusher. And it is, although not glamorous, a worthwhile business, and its work with its own dignity. What would we do if we didn't have the salvage yards in which to find spare parts? I guess we would be reliant entirely on the big corporations that make the cars to continue to make spare parts for them and sell them at such prices they might see fit. So it would be pretty tough without the Allen Averys and the Stephen Averys of the world. It would be pretty tough for the guy who is restoring the 1968 Pontiac GTO hardtop in his garage to do that economically. It would be pretty tough for the guy working on the 1965 Mustang convertible. in his spare time to do that. Maybe more importantly, it would be pretty tough for the woman who's got young kids to feed and a job to hold down and medical bills, and she just has to get another 50,000 miles out of that 1988 Oldsmobile. And for these people, maybe for you, for many of us, it's a good thing that that young woman's father or brother, or maybe she can go to the salvage yard and keep the 1988 Oldsmobile running a little while longer. Now, in 2003, when Stephen went home, Teresa Halbach also was home. Her photography business was flourishing and things were going reasonably well. In 2004, Stephen Avery filed a lawsuit seeking some recompense for the hole in his life, the time he had spent as an innocent man, for the crimes that Gregory Allen committed. This was a serious lawsuit. It was in federal court down in Milwaukee, and there was no question but that a Manitowoc County Sheriff's Department and, in the end, the court system had gotten the wrong guy. And as that lawsuit crept forward, as lawsuits do, we came to October 2005. In October 2005, about the middle part of the month, James Link and another ranking officer of the Manitowoc County Sheriff's Department, Sergeant Andrew Colburn, Mr. Link and Mr. Colburn, both were pulled into the lawsuit, not as defendants or parties to the lawsuit, but as witnesses who had their depositions taken in the middle of October 2005. Now, a deposition, typically in a civil lawsuit, is an event where you get a subpoena as a witness. You can normally to a lawyer's office, the conference room, the library, the lawyer's office. Lawyers from both or all sides are there. A court reporter is there. These days, often a videographer as well. And the court reporter swears the witness under oath. The lawyers ask questions of the witness under oath, and they are recorded, much as Mrs. Teshanek is recording what we're saying here. There's no judge. It happens, as I say, typically in a lawyer's office. And these two men, Link and Colburn, were witnesses. They were witnesses about their own conduct. neither had been with the Manitowoc County Sheriff's Department in 1985, but an event in 1995 or 1996 came up in that lawsuit. And as to that event, both of them were witnesses being questioned about their own activity and conduct with respect to Mr. Avery's imprisonment. And we will stop tonight there on page 119, verse 4. Thank you so much for coming, and I want to probably do one of these every night until I get through the defense's opening statement, because he's got to set his case up since the prosecution has already set his case up, their case up. And it looks like it goes on for, I'm just scrolling through it, but it looks like it goes on, ooh-wee. It goes on for a while. So I'm going to try to like knock some of the pages out as quickly as we can so we can get to some good old Q&A, but this is awesome dictation, don't you think, guys? So if you like the dictation and you haven't hit the like button yet, please do so. Please leave a comment at the end of the video if you can do that for me. If you can't do that for me, then please like and share. So thank you so much for coming this evening. I am so glad you came. Thank you. And we're going to just keep on working on this until we get through the defense's opening statement. And then we start getting to some witnesses. Yay! So thank you guys so much for coming. Don't forget the thumbs up. And happy writing, everyone. Oh, and I do apologize for all that noise earlier. Forgot to turn my phone off. See you guys.